Alright, YouTube, what is up? Boundless today, so new video. I was gonna do Sprite, but they did take a hit. If you haven't already seen, they banned Sprite Alf. So instead, I'm gonna go with the second deck I wanted to play, which is Scareclaw. I don't have all of the cards yet, so this is kind of like just with what I have. I'll kind of go through and talk about what I would change if I did have the rest of the cards. But this is pretty much kind of what I've come up with. Through testing, it does really well. Haven't had a chance to take it to locals yet. I will have that on Wednesday. So I'll see how it does there. And if I can make any changes, and if you guys want to see an updated profile, just go ahead and comment below, and I'll get that out. But let's just go ahead and get right into it. Alright, for the monsters, we have 3 Reinhardt. This is kind of like the one you always want to open and be able to normal summon. When it's summoned, it searches for a spell or trap, Scareclaw. So it's going to be 3 of all the main Scareclaw ones. So 3 Acro, 3 Balone, 3 Astra, and then 3 of the new one, Kashtira. So these are all pretty much do the same thing. These 4 will special summon to a zone adjacent to a Scareclaw. And then this one special summons by banishing the Kashtira or Scareclaw monster from your hand or grave. And then for the Kashtiras, I play 3 Fenrir, 1 Riseheart, and 1 Visa Starfrost. So this is all the monsters. I would play 2, possibly 3 Riseheart, just because it's an amazing card. Like, go full combo and then get that. But like I said, I only have 1. But it's searchable Fenrir, and Fenrir is searchable through other cards in the deck as well. So it at 1 isn't the worst, but I definitely would up it to 2. And maybe take Scareclaw Kashtira down to 2. So like possibly 2 and 2. But yeah, for the monster count, that's going to be it. So it's 3 of all the Scareclaws. This is kind of like where it changes. You need to play the 1 via Starfrost. It's 4 to the combo, and it comes up way too much not to. And then the only 3 of spell is Kashtira Birth. I would play this at 2 if I had another planet. So I only have 1 planet, so I play 1 planet, 1 terraforming. I would play planet at 2 and Kashtira Birth at 2. So take 1 out to up the ratio. It's searchable through terraforming. That's the only one. It doesn't say Scareclaw or Kashtira in the name, and so far there's not a searcher for this card. So it's kind of like you have to draw it, and if not, play without it. So that's kind of how it goes. It's fine. What it does is it searches a Kashtira, and that's kind of what you just use it for, is to get either your Fenrir or your Riseheart to start combo. Birth, everybody should know what Birth does. Really good, especially if you can't special out your Scareclaw Kashtira. You can just normal summon it and then go off from there. And then, as most Scareclaw decks, 2 of the planet Rhinophobia. It searches a Scareclaw or via Starfrost, and then you can pop a card if you have 3 or more defense positions, and then your monsters gain 100 attack and defense for each monster in defense, and your opponent loses 100 attack and defense. So that comes up a lot. It's actually really good, especially with the monster when they get bigger. You link 3 Tryhard. And then 2 Defang. This is the new card from Hypernova as well. It allows your monster to become like a towers, because you're already unaffected by monsters in defense, but this makes it so your opponent cannot target Scareclaw link monsters or via Starfrost. You control the card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and then you banish any monster destroyed by battle with a Scareclaw link monster or via Starfrost you control. And then you can banish 1 Scareclaw link monster from your field or graveyard and target 1 card your opponent controls and pop it. So between these 2, that's a double pop. And with Fenrir, I mean, that could be up to 3 cards removed from the field. And then for the last of the Scareclaw, 2. Sorry, there's kind of a glare. 2 Arrival. This is your monster reborn and a Balinx. So you target a Scareclaw or via Starfrost in your graveyard, special summon it, and then if your link monster would be destroyed, you can banish it instead. And then for the rest of the kind of like the utility, 2 Book of Moon. It kind of goes hand in hand with some of the cards in the extra deck, as well as putting monsters in face down defense. Because you can affect piercing, and usually defense gets lowered a lot more than attack. And then 2 MSTs. You just don't want to be under a card like Defissure or any type of floodgate that limits the amount of plays you can do. It's not very glass cannony, but you don't want to play into what things you don't have to. And I just like MSC because life points become, costly here, especially with the amount of time rules that there are, as well as decks that play into time. So MSC kind of does the same thing as Cosmic without banishing it and without paying the 1,000 life points. And then one Rhoda. So this is just to search your Rise Heart or your Reinhardt. Um, they're both level 4 warriors, just a consistency booster. So that's it for the spells. The deck's a 40 even. So the last 4 cards for the deck are the 1/1 Twin Saw. This is a blackout and this is an Omni Negate. You can send it to the So once per turn, you can target one Scareclaw monster or Vile Starfrost you control. It can attack while in face-up defense. That doesn't really matter, but what does matter is when your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a Scareclaw monster in the extra monster zone, you can send this card face-up to the graveyard to negate that effect. So activate on standby, wait for them to do something that you don't want to deal with, and then send it to the graveyard to negate. And then just 2 imperms. So the only really hand trap in the deck is imperm. I don't want to play into talents. I don't want something that has to go to grave. So imperm's kind of the best thing for that. But I built the deck kind of be all gas, so that way the amount of hand traps you play is minimal, as well as your hand being optimal at the time of playing. So for the XYZs, just a couple. The one, number 41, Babushka, just goes with the theme of the deck. You can make it with Rise Heart as well as Reinhardt. So the Kashtira and Scareclaw are both level 4s. You can make it. One Shangri-La, you can make it with the Rise Heart and Finner. And Birth makes that super easy to do. And then the one Zeus, this kind of isn't needed, but I needed a card to fill out because I don't have a Rise Heart. So, once I get a Rise Heart, this will change. Then one Baron, because you can make it with Visas Starfrost. He's a level 6 tuner. And then it's just a free Omni Negate. It's kind of, you don't go into it unless you have a subpar hand and you need something to just be able to put up. So that's why Baron's there, just kind of as a last ditch effort to make somewhat of a board. And then for the Link 2s, one IP, one Unicorn, one Earth Charmer, and one Dark Charmer. So these cards are just for utility. IP, again, if you want to make some sort of resemblance of a board, IP Baron can do enough. Sometimes, as long as you are able to hit in the right. These kind of just to link climb, because you can make access code and OTK pretty easily with this deck, and them both being different attributes allows you to banish them for pops off access code. And then the only link 3 is going to be, or utility link 3 will be the Unicorn, and then the last kind of non-engine card is access code. So Unicorn is just for the shuffle back, and link climbing to access code, of course, for the OTK, and being able to pop any number of cards. I think you can pop up to 3, or no, just 2. You only play in 2 different types. Yeah, no, 3 with Phoenix possibly. So that's just kind of to clear out boards and finish off games. And then just standard 3 Tryheart and 3 Lightheart. Lightheart's really good. I wish the effect to summon back wasn't once per duel, but I also understand why it is. It's extremely broken. It's not once per turn to search, but it does have to be in the extra monster zone to get that search. And it searches the Scareclaw field spell, the Rhinophobia. And then Tryheart, if you don't know what it does, it turns everything into face-up defense. It's unaffected by the activated effects of monsters while in defense mode. And then the little ones give it effects to where one gives it piercing, one gives it 300 attack for each face-up defense, and then another gives it that it can attack up to a number of times as many defense monsters you control. So this is kind of like your main board. So what you're trying to do is bring him out, sit on a board, hope they can't out it, and then OTK next turn. So we'll go ahead and get into a trial run or a test round, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back here with the test sound, so we'll go ahead and shuffle up a couple more times. I did power shuffle off camera. I'm going to show you that nothing's going to be stacked, obviously. And we'll just see what we get and kind of show you, a premise of how to play the deck. So, for opening 5, We have Arrival, Planet, Terraforming, Acro, and Starfrost. So to a lot, it doesn't look like the most, but what you're always going to do is you probably want to bait out if they do have an Ash, because, you know, hand traps will be playing this format, but what we'll do is activate that. If it goes through, we'll get the Rhinophobia. And then we'll go ahead and activate that. We'll get Fenrir. We'll special Fenrir's effect. Since we do already have 2 cards, we'll probably just go ahead and search the Rise Heart. Just to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so we have Rise Heart now to hand. Through Fenrir, we'll go ahead and just probably normal summon. Or actually, no, we won't. So we'll go ahead and activate the planet. I forgot we searched it already off Terraforming. And we'll activate its effect to get Reinhardt. So we have Reinhardt now. We'll normal summon Reinhardt's effect. If you know what you play, get Twin Saw if it's better. If not, go ahead and get the Slash. So we'll get Slash, add it to hand. And then from here we can go ahead and link 1 into Rise Heart's effect, or Light Heart's effect. We'll add the second planet. And then we'll tribute Arise Heart through via Starfrost to special. Arise Heart can then special back due to us controlling via Starfrost. And here we can special Acro. We'll link our, I think we can do a better board than that. No, that's probably our best bet. So we'll link 3 into Tryheart. Here what we'll do is go ahead and activate Arrival to special back or Acro. Just because we want Arrival in the graveyard for the protection. And then here we will special Rise Heart since we control that. They'll banish 3 from their grave, and then this turns into a level 7. But we have to banish 1 as well, which will just be Fenrir. So that way if we get Birth, we can go ahead and just special this back. And then they'll banish 3 from their deck, and now this is a 7. We'll X these into Shangri-La. We'll activate Tryheart to special back 1, targeting Reinhardt, and search for another of a different name. Here we'll get the one that Balloon to get piercing, just for next turn. Oops, sorry, bumped the camera. And then we'll set Slash. So here, like I said, you kind of just sit and wait. So standby phase will come, we'll special out our Fenrir on our opponent's turn. So the full board will be kind of that, if you can see it all, with Arrival in grave, which will be Bailing's protection for Tryheart. Shangri-La will lock out his own if we banish anything through Fenrir. Then he's losing 100. He's losing 500 attack and defense, as well as us having an Omni negate. And then if anything happens, and we have full combo next turn through the planet. So yeah, that's kind of the deck. If you guys want to see anything else or anything more, or any like duels with it, just let me know. But until next time, I'll see you guys then.